So y'all, please help me understand this. My lights got turned off. So I called my baby's father and asked him if he could get my lights turned on for me. He said no, because I have a husband and that's his responsibility. How is that his responsibility to pay my lights to get turned back on after they get turned off? That you have kids that stay here. You don't care about your kids? I understand that I have a husband, granted, don't beat me up over it, but we fell on hard times. So as my baby's father, I feel like you're supposed to pick up the slack.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So you rather for your kids be in the dark than to help your baby mother get her lights turned back on? What if I didn't have a husband? Would you have helped me then? These men is crazy. Sir, help me get my lights turned on. Don't worry about my husband. He's doing what he's supposed to do as a man. As my baby daddy, you should be helping me.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Since she's in a pinch, why doesn't she give the children to their father? That'll show that she's putting the children first. Instead, she runs to social media to shame her baby father for not saving her and her husband. It has nothing to do with the children. He doesn't owe her anything. Her and her husband need to figure out their situation. It's nobody's fault that y'all didn't budget correctly. Her light bill didn't magically change due date. And I'm sure if you look at her bank statements, you'll see that they were recklessly spending.
What does it say? I think you need to grab it. She's not reading it.
No, what does it say?
Oh, damn. I'm in trouble.
So what does it say?
Are y'all playing?
No, what does it say?
Is this a joke? That's a joke? Is that's for real?
Kyer is not your son.
I told you.
Judging from her reaction, she knew there was a possibility he wasn't the father, and she would have taken that secret to the grave if she had to. Hopefully he can get attached to that child and he can move on with his life.
You know for certain that Dreani is your child's father?
Yes. I'm 99.99999% sure.
You sure about that?
I'm ready.
Please read it out loud for me.
Braden is not my biological son.
Gotcha, bitch.
Oh my God. This stuff has kept me up at night, Karamo. I'm being honest. It's kept me up at night. My feelings have hurt. As a man, I've pain in my body.
I got to tell you, I'm absolutely shocked right now.
Because I'm 100% absolutely an incredible father. And like I said, regardless of how I deal with women sometimes, I try to be a decent man. And I want to be a better man.
There's no other possibility. I don't understand what's going on.
Fellas, if you have doubts, then get a DNA test to clear your mind. The last thing you want to do is continue to overthink and stress yourself out. There's some females that will take that secret to the grave, and others will allow you to get attached before they say a word. And it's disgusting that even after the results came back, there's no apology. She had an idea that child wasn't his.
When you're raising another man's child, that's mental illness.
Have you ever tried to do that?
That's crazy.
I've done that.
Oh, you've done, okay, speaking from experience. Okay,
yeah,
got it.
It's mental illness. It's really one of the worst things you could do.
Raising another man's child is mental illness.
It's mental illness.
Explain,
because
please.
You're raising something that don't belong to you.
How do y'all feel about this? Me personally, I don't date single mothers because I'm not stepdaddy material. I don't have any kids of my own, so my first have to be your first.
Okay, let me ask you this. How are your kids going to be an asset to me if I was dating you?
I would never date a man that ever asked me no craziness like that.
See,
I would never.
But
because you would never ask me how my kids would be an asset to you.
That's the thing.
That's insanity.
But see, I'm coming from a logical standpoint. You have to ask those questions.
Any woman,
and let me say one more thing.
It's going to let you say, how can your kids be an... No, sweetie. No.
Man, if you don't want to date a woman that has kids, just say that. You don't have to beat around the bush or ask these type of questions. Just find you a woman that doesn't have any.
I also need you, men that's on child support, to hear me very clearly.
Ooh.
That money don't do shit.
It's not even nothing.
What do you mean by that?
It's literally gas money to get your child from A to B. So please, don't think you're doing something and don't think you don't have to do anything outside of child support. $200 a month does nothing for a child of any age.
Damn.
Who's paying $200 a month for child support? What happened to these high standards y'all be talking about? Does that only apply to the men you don't like or the men you want to play cleaner when you're done making bad decisions? Let's not act like some women don't know what they're getting into when they choose to lay down with that man. And if they didn't, then they need to start vetting who they choose to sleep with. I'm careful who I sleep with because I'm aware of the consequences. Last thing I want to do is have a child with someone I don't see myself with long term.